Hello and welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandi Cantrell, Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Library. I want to take just a second to thank TV47 for allowing us to have this program and tell our community what's going on at the library, or the services and the books and things we have to offer them. Today I have two people joining me. We're talking about dog rescue with Mitzi Smith and Carolyn Morse. Carolyn is with the Avondale Dogs Program. Neat topic we're going to talk about. I've got a whole list of questions. I hope we have time to get to all of them, but initially I thought, I have friends that have pets and we're talking, tell me where you got your pet, and they'll say, well, my pet is a rescue dog. Well, there's just always some story behind that, so we're going to hear a little bit about that from you, Misty. Different kinds of stories and things about pets that are saved from whatever they're in. Tell me first, how did you get involved in dog rescue?
I got involved 20 years ago, back when the first Animal Rescue Foundation was started, and then got off for a while, and then started back up about 2 or 3 years ago, volunteering at the Talladega shelter first. And then one day they said, hey, will you transport a dog to Birmingham for me? And then that opened up a whole world of rescue folks that I got to know and build relationships with, and so that's how it all started, networking.
So this has been going on for 20 years or more, you said?
The transportation end of it, maybe not.
Yeah.
But just dog rescue in general, of course, at all the shelters and everything.
Right. Okay, why do dogs need to be transported from here to other places, other states, other cities?
Okay. Just for an example, in January, Sylacauga Shelter alone took in 99 dogs.
Oh my goodness.
And 23 cats. So that's 122 animals, only adopted out 14. So they can't be adopted out as fast as they're coming in. So now we have a network of rescue groups that pull dogs from our Alabama shelters and send them to different locations, and they have adoption events and get them homes.
Oh, okay. And this is all over the country.
Yes.
Right? Wow.
Well, basically, United States.
Yes. Well, great. That's interesting. How do you transport them? Car, plane?
We do. There's a group called Pilots and Paws. They will transport them by plane. Otherwise, there's another group called Alabama Rescue Relay. They are a transportation service by ground, van.
Yes.
And then there are others out there also that transport.
Highway Heroes is another one that has been helping us, and sometimes we do private transport also.
Wow. Now, none of these are paid people, really. It's all volunteer, giving their time and their gas and their vehicles and things like that.
Yes.
How interesting. Do you actually have dogs that go from, do you have flights from here in Sylacauga?
Yes, we did one flight. I think we put 11 of the Sylacauga Shelter's puppies on a plane at the Sylacauga airport, and a pilot came there and loaded them on his plane and took them to Enterprise and loaded them on another plane, and they went to Orlando.
Oh my goodness! I never knew. That is so neat. That is a great work you're doing, and a lot of your time is spent doing that. I know a lot of your own personal time, but you enjoy doing it. That's great. So you take them all over, right?
Yes.
And it's I think one of my questions here is who helps you? Anybody that wants to be involved. Right?
Anyone that wants to be involved. If they have a van or an SUV that we could put a couple of kennels inside to transport them, the van that I load them onto at the Galleria, we have to get the Sylacauga Shelter dogs and the Talladega Shelter dogs to that van so they can catch their ride to their rescue.
Okay, so you're involved with several places right in here. I mean, Sylacauga, Talladega, several different places, or animal shelters. That's great, because I know, like you said, they must get in so many more dogs than they can adopt out. Okay. I think I read somewhere a lot of dogs are transported to the northern part of the United States. Are there just not as many dogs there, or I don't know?
Well, I actually came from the north.
Okay.
And their laws are much stricter. Towns have ordinances where licenses are purchased, and it's much less expensive to buy a license if your dog is spayed and neutered. So, hence, they do not have the overpopulation problem.
That's great. Well, this is a great chance to talk about the importance of spaying your dog, neutering. Talk about that. I know I hear it all the time. My dog is fixed, no problem, and there is a program to help with that, having your dog spay and neutered.
Yes, like the animal shelter, Sylacauga's has a $25 spay voucher program, and so all it costs you is $25, and you can get your female fixed. And then we take in donations from the community to help offset the cost of that, because it actually costs $75 to spay a female dog. Okay. And then we raise those funds so that our community only has to pay $25 of it to get their animal fixed.
Oh, that's a wonderful way to do it. And who does it here in town? Is there a vet in town, or do they go somewhere else?
They go to the Alabama Spay and Neuter Clinic in Irondale. They bring a big cargo van once a month, sometimes twice a month, to the animal shelter in Silicaga, and load everything up at 6 o'clock in the morning, carry it all over there to Birmingham and spay it, and then bring it all back, and then you come back and get your dog from the shelter.
Wow, that's neat. That's a great idea, because I know, well, you said up north there's not as many dogs. Down here that it's a huge problem.
Right. People really need to take advantage of this program. We couldn't make it any easier for them. Transportation's provided. It's such a low cost, and it is the only way we're going to control the overpopulation problem.
Right. Well, we were talking about transporting. Do you have to have any training, or are there certain things you have to do? I know you just don't throw a dog in your car and take off.
No, you have to, the kennels that you use have to be sterilized and cleaned. Okay. And then we load the animals and we carry them to wherever they're going. And then when I come back at night, I have to pull all those cages out and Clorox everything and disinfect my car. And
Wow.
You have to get everything sterile again before the next run.
Quite a lot of work.
Yeah, and the other thing to remember is that health certificates are obtained on most of these dogs that are moving. Those are things that rescues require. So the dogs are seen by a veterinarian prior to leaving, and vaccinations are given, and they are healthy dogs that we are trying to transport.
Oh, that's great. I know we got a book at the library, The Dog Merchants, Kim Cavan. It's a nonfiction book inside the big business of breeders, pet stores, and rescuers. So y'all are probably stories like similar to yours in here. And it talks about transporting dogs. I guess maybe this was several years ago when people were just starting to do this. Some very good people, well-meaning people trying to help dogs may have transported a puppy with parvo, but the dog showed no signs of it at first. It takes a while. Well, then, you've got the dog in this carrier. You take it to another state, come back. The next dogs you take have a good chance of getting parvo because it's on the carriers. Even the next dogs you take, maybe a week later, have a good chance. And the dog that had parvo, wherever you took it, will infect all those dogs. Talked about in Rhode Island, I believe. They went from having 2 or 3 parvo cases a year to having 2 or 3 a week. Just people, I'm sure there are people who don't do it well, but there are people, well-meaning people, just didn't really know what to do. Right. So I'm glad that all these guidelines are in place, the health certificates and keeping your carrier sterile and everything like that. That's a good thing to do. We just don't think about that very much, I guess. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and talk more with Carolyn and Mitzi.
Hi, it's Shawnee McNeil at South First Bank. This is a great time for you to buy or build a new home, or maybe refinance your present mortgage. Our rates are the lowest they've been in years, and that means saving you money. We've been helping our customers become homeowners in this area for nearly 70 years, and we can make our approvals right here in the office, and that means saving you time. We're located here in downtown Silicaga. Come in and find South First, a better way to bank.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
At Marble City Pharmacy, we're more than just a drugstore. Our gift shop boasts some of the most unique treasures you'll find anywhere. Come in and browse the vast selection of jewelry, purses, clothing accessories, and crafts. Let our friendly staff help you find that special card or gift for any occasion. Our dollar wall features selected sale items, and we stock a wide variety of specialty items. And if it is a drugstore you need, Marble City Pharmacy was named the 2015 McKesson National Pharmacy of the Year. Visit us today at Marble City Pharmacy.
Camping World, the #1 RV and camping expert, would like to introduce you to a whole new world. Say hello to new thrills. Get to know your crew. Moments become great memories. Take a new look. Enjoy freedom. Discover amazing. Say hello to a whole new world. Visit campingworld.com.
The Allen Companies of Silicaga, with 3 locations to serve you: Highway 511, Highway 280 and Main Avenue. For all your convenience store needs, ice, drinks, snacks, and of course, some of the lowest priced gasoline at the pumps. It's the Allen Companies of Sylacauga. Highway 511, Highway 280, and Main Avenue, it's the Allen Company convenience stores.
Hello and welcome back to Library Connection. I'm Mandi Cantrell. I'm talking with Misty Smith and Carolyn Morse. They're from they're involved with dog rescue and the Avondale Dogs program, which we're going to talk about in a little while. We've talked about dogs that have been saved now, and Mitzi, you brought us some pictures, didn't you? Let's see if we can look at one of those. Tell us about Rex.
Okay, Rex was brought to the shelter as an older puppy and was there for 5 months, and we ran adoption specials on him just for $25 trying to get him a home, to get him out of there. And he sat there and nobody ever adopted him. So I networked through a rescue in Florida that took Rex, and he wasn't down there 2 weeks and they found him a home.
Oh my goodness. You just got to know your market, you know where dogs are needed.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see the next one. Bruce.
Okay, this is Bruce, and he was brought in by animal control, and little did we know he was full of buckshot and had an old fracture. But we found a rescue in Illinois that took Bruce, and he has a wonderful home. I don't know if you can tell from that picture, that's him upside down in his new home.
Very comfortable and very happy.
Yes, he's very happy.
Well, tell me how, I'm sorry, we'll get to those in just a minute. Tell me how you connect with people in other states about finding if they want dogs.
You just build relationships. You investigate the rescues that you are trying to network with, of course, to make sure everything checks out. And then you just build a relationship with the people that are over those rescues. Okay. And then you send them emails or Facebook messages of the particular dog that you're trying to get rescued out of the shelter. Okay. And they take it from there.
So the dog will either go to a shelter where there's a better chance he'll be adopted, or directly to...
No, the ones that I network out go straight into foster homes until they are adopted out.
Okay. Oh, foster. This is like children, isn't it?
Yes.
That's great, though, because our pets are like family. I
know.
So they go to a foster home, and then possibly they're adopted out. I know you love just hearing stories and seeing pictures of where they've gone.
Yeah, and the rescues that we network with send us updates to let us know when they get adopted and their new families and all that.
Oh, that is wonderful. That's just, I guess it's a lot like children. I mean, I know they're pets, but I know I have a dog that I love and have had other pets I loved. And so that's, I guess that's probably a lot of the reason why you do this. You love pets, love animals.
To us, it's better than the alternative of what could happen to them if they weren't rescued out of there.
Oh, absolutely. Right. Well, how can someone in our community help?
Oh gosh, there's so many ways. We could use volunteers at the Sylacauga Animal Shelter because these dogs that we transport a lot of times aren't used to being walked on a leash. And so they want to fight the leash, and it helps us transport them easier. If someone would just come to the shelter on their off days, walk them, get them used to walking on a leash, a few basic commands helps get them ready also for their foster home and their new home. We need money.
Oh, I'm sure.
Every health certificate costs us money. The spay voucher program costs us money. People can donate money and pay towards an adoption fee for an animal to lower that adoption fee so a family can afford to adopt that dog from the shelter.
We also need fosters. We need fosters for any animal that is there. It would be better if they were into a home. But many of these rescues would prefer to see the dogs quarantined maybe for 10 days, just out of the shelter and into a foster home. And then, of course, it helps them adapt more quickly so that they can get into homes faster when they reach their destination.
Okay, that's great. So if someone wanted to give their time, they could contact you, or their money. Is there a way to contact? Is there a GoFundMe account or something? I think
Avondale Feral Dogs of Avondale Mills has a Facebook page.
We have a GoFundMe account too that fortunately a lot of people have helped us with. Now many of those are from out of state. They're particularly interested in the overpopulation situation here.
Wow. Well, that kind of leads us right into this. Carolyn, you're involved with is it called the Feral Dogs of Avondale or Avondale Dogs?
It is. In hindsight, we wish we would have named it the Abandoned Dogs. To pull a little more heartstrings. But
tell me how you got involved. Go ahead and tell me how you got involved with that.
So actually, I was just driving by the mill back and forth to work, and I would notice all these dogs. And there were 3 in particular that would come up to the gates, so I stopped and started feeding. From there, I met...
And there we are. There's a picture, I think. Or no, maybe you can show that picture, Robert.
Okay. So those are the dogs that are currently inside the mill. They take refuge in the mill. And we do try to trap them. We do try to gain their trust and get them to come forward so that we can eventually try to catch them. So anyway, in feeding these dogs, I ran into Kathy Shows. She had also been caring and feeding the same 3 dogs. In trying to catch the dogs and trying to get them to a rescue. They actually led us around to the village, and there were so many dogs, just so many dogs on the street. So it was never our intention to rescue 200 dogs out of there. We did not even know there were 200 dogs there, but the dogs led us to many others.
Those first 3 dogs led you to the others?
Yes, they did.
Wow, that's neat. Well, tell us who... well, I'll tell you what, I'm sorry. We'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll look at some of those beautiful snapshots of those dogs. So please join us right after the break.
Hi, it's Shawnee McNeil at South First Bank. This is a great time for you to buy or build a new home, or maybe refinance your present mortgage. Our rates are the lowest they've been in years, and that means saving you money. We've been helping our customers become homeowners in this area for nearly 70 years, and we can make our approvals right here in the office, and that means saving you time. We're located here in downtown Sylacauga. Come in and find South First, a better way to bank.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
At Fort Williams Pharmacy, you won't find motor oil, garden hoses, or mountain climbing gear. Nope, they don't have that. What they do have is a professional, friendly staff that understands your needs. Filling prescriptions is their primary business, and they take it seriously. They also have a drive-through window for your convenience and free local delivery. Most of all, Fort Williams Pharmacy knows your time is valuable, so when it's time to fill your prescriptions, you need it done fast, friendly, and accurately. Fort Williams Pharmacy, our family, caring for your family.
Camping World, the #1 RV and camping expert, would like to introduce you to a whole new world. Say hello to new thrills. Get to know your crew. Moments become great memories. Take a new look. Enjoy freedom. Discover amazing. Say hello to a whole new world. Visit campingworld.com.
Huddle up and huddle in to the newly renovated, family-friendly, smoke-free Huddle House. Stop by and enjoy our new updated look on Highway 280 in Sylacauga. We have the same great food, and as always, you can enjoy any meal anytime, from breakfast to lunch to dinner, or even a midnight snack. Add one of our signature waffles to your meal for that ultimate dining experience.
Huddle up and huddle in.
That's right, ladies. Freshly remodeled and smoke-free, any meal anytime. Highway 280 in Sylacauga, it's the Huddle House.
Hello and welcome back to Library Connection. I'm Mandi Cantrell. I'm talking with Mitzi Smith and Carolyn Morse, and we've been talking about dog rescue, and now we're talking about the abandoned dogs of Avondale, feral dogs of Avondale, whatever you want to call them. Tell us kind of how this started, Carolyn.
So I'm not originally from this area. I did not have the history of the mill, but one day when Kathy and I were driving around trying to look for some of the original 3 dogs, we saw an elderly gentleman in a garage, and we stopped to talk to him because some of the dogs would actually take refuge in his garage. His name was Bo Milam. It was actually his childhood home, and he had worked at the mill. So he would like to tell us stories and reminisce of when there were good days at the mill and how bustling it used to be. And he would talk about Sunday picnics and baseball games. And, of course, you look around and, 2008 rolled around and all that was left was this burned out shell of a factory, and people left the area and unfortunately left their unaltered dogs.
Right, and there's a picture of it.
So, yep,
very sad.
That is currently what the building looks like now.
I was here too when it was just a bustling business, and everything. So it's very sad. So he had a lot of story. Did he help you with?
He did, and in fact, there's a picture of Frosty and Emma. Her puppies were located in his property, so he wanted us to help rescue them, which we did.
Well, we'll go ahead and start and look through some of those dogs, the pictures that you have. Oh, who is this?
So this is Chocolate, and actually we're very, very excited because Chocolate is a resident dog. She belongs to an owner named Lynn, and Chocolate was spayed by the free spade program that we are doing at the Avondale Mill, which is in connection with the voucher program, and generous donations are helping with that. So very, very happy for Chocolate, and we need more people to step forward, and we will spade your dog for you.
Oh, wonderful.
This is Ember, and Ember was actually pulled from Twin Street. She was seeking shelter in a burned out building, and there is an updated picture of her.
Let's see if we can see the next picture.
Yeah. So there's Ember now. So Big Fluffy Dog Rescue, and that's where this picture is taken. They're out of Nashville. I had fostered for them in 2012. Called the founder and explained the problem, and we had estimated 100 dogs, but Big Fluffy Dog Rescue in Nashville has now taken 200 dogs out of the area.
Oh my goodness.
And they rehabilitate and take such good care, and they have such a great network of fosters across all of the United States.
That's great.
Those are Emma and Frosty's puppies. They were located on Bo's property.
Oh, okay.
They went to, and there they are at my house as they got older. Some went to family and friends, and others went to Magnificent Mutts in Hillside, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
And Magnificent Mutts will also be pulling dogs from the shelter this Saturday.
Oh, good.
And that is Frosty and Emma. They were number 4 and 5 out of the mill, and they currently reside with me. And there they were before they were rescued.
Oh, my goodness. What a difference having a family mate.
Yeah. Parnell is a puppy. There's a picture of a basket full of puppies, and this is, there he was when he was young with all his siblings. So fortunately we got the mother too, but Parnell resides in the Northeast, and his adopters send pictures regularly.
Oh, how nice.
That's Kendra. So there was a gentleman trying to assist Kendra. And the day she was scheduled for rescue, Kathy and I were going to meet at noon, and she delivered her first puppy as we were trying to catch her.
Oh, my goodness.
She had quite a few in my car. And again, that latest picture of her is with a Big Fluffy Dog foster. They are now taking care of her. Those are the original 3. So Hannah, Humphrey, and Hunter was the puppy. And those were the 3 where I had met Kathy Shows.
Right.
They were the first 3 that started, and that's Hunter now. And Hunter is also with Big Fluffy Dog.
Okay, that's great. You know, I never thought, one thing you said, you need to rehabilitate these dogs, because many of them, or I guess most of them, have just been living on their own.
Correct.
Not wild, or just living on their own, not used to being around adults.
Correct. Some of them are friendly. They seek attention. We see that at the shelter.
Right.
But some are very scared of human interaction.
Right.
So.
Not wild or mean, but just afraid because they're not used to that.
Exactly. We have never felt threatened or endangered. They're either seeking attention or they want to stay away from you.
Oh, I guess so. So now it's you and Kathy and so many more of you involved in these projects of getting the dogs, right?
Yes, we have more local help. Janet Hemness is fostering and running dogs back and forth to the vet. Terry Brooks is great help. Yeah. Belinda O'Toole is fostering, and she also feeds for feral dogs of Avondale Mill. We have people from the Northeast. We have someone flying in from Massachusetts tomorrow that will drive a van back with Janet to head to New Jersey and Rhode Island. Wow. Sonia Chandler. There's so many that we could list, but we need many, many more.
Right. Yeah, many more, and I'm sure lots of money for dog food, spaying and neutering, the pictures you have. That is a wonderful program. And I have to tell you, at the library, the children's department, we did a fundraiser for the animal shelter also. We've done that for a few years, and so nice. We have so many books about animals, and we do pet story times, dog and cat story times to teach children about how to take care of pets. So we didn't raise a lot of money, but every little bit helps.
It does.
And can other people do the same thing?
Yes, we would love it if the schools or just churches, anybody that wanted to hold a fundraiser for the Silcaga Animal Shelter, if they would do that. We take that money and put it towards that spay voucher program.
Okay. Can you use dog food, cat food, or money? I know you take anything.
I think right now they're low on puppy chow and canned dog food. And they're always needing Clorox and Pine Sol, always.
Okay. I'm sure to keep everything clean and sanitized.
So for the Avondale group, we've been very fortunate that Big Fluffy Dog Rescue has provided us with food. But with the connection between here and Nashville, sometimes we do run low. Sometimes their donations run low when they are trying to help other organizations too. So.
That's great. Now, you have a Facebook page for
We do.
Avondale
It's
Dogs.
the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill. There's also a GoFundMe account that you can find links on the Facebook page.
Okay, great. And I believe I've become friends with the animal shelter here, and you can share. That's what I like. There's a dog that'll come up for adoption, and it'll only be $25 or whatever the price is, and you can share that. And the hope is the more people that see it, possibly one of them will say, "That's just the kind of dog I've been looking for."
Right. You may not need a dog, but someone out there may see a picture of that dog and say, "Well, I could give that a home."
Right. And before you do that, I know all we're talking about and how to take care of dogs. Dogs are not cheap. They're almost like children, not really, but they need vet care. They need proper food and water. They need shelter. All those kind of things. I know reading Run Spot Run: The Ethics of Keeping Pets, which is the book we have, was great. It's really a lot to think about before you get a pet. So. I know y'all encourage people to really decide, do you really want a pet? Can you take care of a pet the way it needs to be taken care of? So.
I think it's important to remember that dog ownership is a privilege, but it does come with a very large responsibility. But we can't stress enough to spay and neuter so that we can help keep the population of the unwanted dogs down.
Well, we just appreciate everything that you ladies are doing so much. And GoFundMe accounts, if anyone wanted to be involved, GoFundMe accounts are available. You can find those, and go to the Silcaga Animal Shelter and walk some dogs, spend some time with dogs.
Socialize them for us, yes.
That's great.
Even foster a dog over the weekend.
Oh, that's true. I thought about that. Well, that's great. Well, I thank you so much again for being here and for the work you're doing. I know you probably have a million stories you could tell about dogs that have been wonderful. And owning pets is such a wonderful privilege, like you said. And I just want to thank you all for joining us on Library Connection. I hope to see you next time.